You're starting to feel worried and concerned that your house might be experiencing settlement. You're really unsure about what's going on. The big question of the day is, what are the best indicators? How do I know if this is actually settlement affecting my home? I'm Austin with Anchor Foundation Repair. I've been doing the estimations here for Anchor for the past several years, and I've looked at thousands of homes.
Austin.
Whoa, what the heck? Yeah, Nika, what's up?
I thought I'd come help you again today.
Perfect.
This time, instead of being a homeowner, I'm gonna put on my teacher hat because I'm gonna give you a quiz.
I really thought I was done with those in college, but here we go.
It's quiz time. So Austin, as your teacher, and also for the people watching at home,
Okay.
we need to know what are the top signs of foundation settlement and problems.
Perfect, love to share with you. So for me, I have really 5 big things that are indicators whenever I'm walking through a home. Number 1 being diagonal cracks in your drywall. Number 2, having stair step cracks outside in your brick mortar. Number 3, having window separation outside on the brick. A lot of times it's going to be near that stair step crack on the outside. 4, do you have any door problems on the inside? Is there a door that's sticky, hard to open, not working like it used to work? Last one would be, and not the biggest one, but sometimes it does show up, some other type of trim separation or built-in feature of the home that now has separation.
Okay, well, that was pretty good, Austin. But what I really want you to do is get into a little bit more detail. In order to pass this quiz, let's talk about what do they look like, where are they, and kind of explain why you know that that's a thing for settlement and problem.
Diagonal crack sounds just like what it is. It is a diagonal crack coming off of, normally and pretty much always, a door frame or a window in the house. And they'll come right off the corners at about a 45-degree angle. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're really big, grande size, just absolutely massive. I've seen them both.
How do you know that that's a really good indicator for foundation problems?
Those cracks only really show up whenever the house has begun to move. They are not something that's natural. Diagonal crack only shows up where it's putting stress on the sheetrock that's right there on that corner, and then it just fractures through that sheetrock.
How is that crack up there connected to the foundation? Like I don't get it.
Everything's all tied in and mounted to the foundation. So as the wall moves and the foundation settles, it's going to pull the framing and pull everything down with it. The window frame is solid and rigid. It's going to pull that framing down, and the window is going to not want to move, and then you get a crack.
That makes sense. And so now, what about the next one?
Stair step cracks.
Stair step cracks. Okay. So where do you see those, and why is that a good indicator for settlement and problems?
Yeah, stair step cracks outside in your brick, very similar to the diagonal cracks on the inside. They're going to show up outside in the brick, mostly running through the brick mortar. Every now and then you'll get one that actually kind of cuts through a brick, but it's not the most common. Most of the time it goes up through the mortar joints. So they show up for the same reason as the diagonal cracks of sheetrock. The brick is all mounted to the foundation. It's all right there. And as that stuff begins to move, the weakest point is the mortar. And as the foundation moves, you can start to get the bricks moving against one another. And then eventually you get a crack, and then as stuff wants to stay in some spots, eventually you get a part that separates, and then you get a crack.
Bonus question, Austin. So particularly with brick cracks, I feel like homeowners are often really freaked out about brick in particular because they think that it means that their house is about to fall over. So can you explain to somebody, like, why is a crack in your brick not necessarily meaning that the house is about to fall down? Like,
yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah, great question. And truthfully understand the worry here. It can be really scary when you see these cracks, but the brick is not the actual structural piece of your home. It's just a veneer. It is just a cosmetic covering. That's why they have other things than just brick, like hardy plank. You think hardy plank's really holding up your house? It's not. It's just acts as a protective covering, protecting stuff from moisture.
I see. Yeah, see, that makes a lot of sense because it's like, I think a lot of times people think that brick is like, the structure of their house.
Sure.
But in reality, it's just like the pretty stuff on the outside.
Just a beautification.
Next sign.
Next one was window separation. Window separation shows up on windows. Go figure. So at the side of the window, as the brick and stuff moves, that stuff, as we just mentioned, is a veneer. It's just stuck to the wall. It's not supporting anything. So as that stuff moves, the window is attached to the framing of the home. It's not going to want to move. So as that moves, that window is going to stay put in the framing, the brick's going to pull away from it, and then you get separation on the side of the window.
Okay, and again, it's kind of not structural because it's just pulling. I guess the bad thing is it seems so scary because like you sort of have this, like, it feels like there's a hole in your house.
Yeah. Next one is door problems. A lot of times when you're seeing in conjunction with all these other problems, a lot of times you'll start to experience doors that are sticky, hard to open. Maybe in some cases you can't even latch them. So they occur indoors and they're going to show up in places where the other signs are showing up, the brick cracks, diagonal cracks, window separation. Can be something that can be indicative of foundation settlement as well.
Here's another bonus follow-up question. Sometimes people's doors, it works and it's good some times of the year, and then other times of the year it starts to stick a little bit, or I mean, it's not really bad, but there's changes. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, great question. It's something that we call seasonal settlement. So it's something that comes with the seasons. It comes and it goes. And that's just something that we have to deal with our houses here in the Brazos Valley. We live on expansive clay soils. Things are going to change. It's part of the area that we live in. Normal seasonal settlement.
Okay.
Last one was the built-in features on the home beginning to show separations. A lot of times it's cabinets. So you have a built-in cabinet feature. So it can be in a laundry room, mainly in your kitchen, if it's close enough to the outside. And we're looking at the cabinets to see if there's any unnatural separation. Cabinets they're put in flush, there's no gaps, no separation. Makes it pretty. Yeah, there's a gap. That's not how it was built. And that's just another potential indicator for that settlement showing up in the house.
So then how do we know it's not just the cabinet, like, I don't know, falling off the wall? Is there a way you can tell the difference between whether the cabinet's just loose from the wall or the shelving is loose from the wall versus being related to settlement?
Yeah, so we really have to use all the signs combined together. When we start to have all these signs kind of all coming together, that's when the concern is, yeah, your house is settled and it's not how it was when it was originally built. So if you just have a cabinet that has a little bit of separation, that's the only thing you have, don't worry about it. Keep an eye on things for now.
Okay, we've been talking a lot about settlement. So I guess my last question, it's not really a bonus question, but it's the last question, is how do we know what's the difference between settlement and problems? Like, what is the line that people need to be looking for to know, like, oh, this is not good. This needs to be repaired.
Yeah, so that could be for a whole nother video, but I'll answer the question. The way we work here at Anchor is, when does it start affecting your quality of life? When does it become too much for you and your home? Are you okay living with door problems? If that's the case, then by all means, you're okay with living with it. But the main thing is, when is it too much for you?
I guess I need to grade you.
Let's hear it.
Austin, I give you a 100.
Hot dog. Didn't get many of those in college.
Are we done, Austin?
Actually, we're not. I guess you could say I missed a question on that quiz. I did forget one. The other big sign that I do look for is going to be brick freeze separation. A lot of people don't know what that is. So as you're looking at your brick wall, if you look up, you'll have a piece of trim board. Most of the time it's about 2 to 3 inches wide. They're built perfect. They're at perfect 45-degree angles. And as you go down and look at the corner, if you have settlement, as that corner moves, it'll push that brick freeze wide open and you'll have separation on that brick freeze.
Okay, Austin, I'm gonna have to change your grade.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see here, do some math. I guess I will, you know what? I mean, you added it in, so it's not like you missed it entirely. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and give you extra credit and give you 105 instead of 100.
Oh, goodness gracious. I definitely didn't get any of that in college.